Hello, I'm Czardus, and let's play City Skylines 2. Welcome back to Shelbyville, my Beginner's Guide series. Today we are going to be talking about a lot of the things that are available at the Grand Village. In fact, actually, we're going to talk about all of them. We're going to do some of them, and we'll do some other things, but be sure to check out Apex Gaming. They are the sponsor of today's video, and they have great deals on custom PCs available right now, especially if you use that Czardus code at checkout. Down in the link below, down in the description below, there's a link to go there. You can find some custom gaming PCs that I think you would really find useful. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here. So we have Grand Village. We have now reached this stage. We have a boost in our money, of course. We got a grant from the bigger government. We got 4 more development points. We got 6 more expansion permits for map tiles. We got a boost to the loan limit that we can do, which is nice if we needed it, but we don't. District creation tool. Let's go ahead and jump in and use that. So we can now go in and create districts. And it is a little bit different than in City Skylines 1. We want to go in here and we'll do district creation tool. And we're going to first, we'll just go like this. You pretty much just like paint where it's going to be. It's not like in City Skylines 1 where you kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I guess you were doing more painting then. Now we're just kind of like defining it with nodes and stuff like that. But we've got one down here. We're going to go ahead and do this as downtown. Which way is this? I don't know how to tell. It's morning time. Oh, I know how to tell. So look at the shadows. Shadows are going that way, and it is morning. So that means that the sun is over that way, and that is east. So this is downtown west. At least that's what we're going with. Downtown west. Okay, and then we can get some other districts over here. We'll go ahead and get those in right now. Okay, so what I pretty much did is I just made the districts fall where the arterials are, and then I gave our pedestrian area its own thing, and I didn't put one over by the farms yet, so we don't need them there yet. But what you can do then, once you have a district, is you can click on it, and then you can set up policies. If we click on that, it can open them up. We don't actually have any policies unlocked that we can do there, but it is useful that we can see how many people live in each district, how many employees, what their wealth is, and so on and so forth. So it is good to have that. Now, what else do we get? We get the production panel in the budget. If we come down here to money or click on the city economy there, we can go to the production tab now, and this is so useful because we can look to see every material that our city is producing or importing, depending on whether we have a surplus or a deficit. So like wood right now, we have a deficit. So anytime a business needs wood, it is being imported. And that is what the deficit means. We have a big surplus in stone right now, which is good. We can also go to material goods. These are things that are being produced by the industries. And you can see that like here, this is petroleum, I believe, or petrochemicals, it says right there on the right. And it is taking in oil and grain, and then it is producing or being used by the things all the way on the right. And I can't show them to you because I can't move the mouse over there. But it does show you. I keep trying to do it anyway. But yeah, it shows you what you have there. And then, of course, immaterial goods. These are the top 4 are from offices, and the bottom 4 are from tourism. So that is what we can see there in the production tab. It is so useful when you are building out what you are going to do. We have unlocked the policies in general. We can get there. We can get to policies by going down here to city information and then going over to policies. So of course, this is the city-wide policy, and the only one we have unlocked is the taxi minimum fare. That is how much we are having the taxis charge whenever they are being operated. So now there are taxis that are being used by our citizens if they don't have a car. Then natural disasters, if you have it toggled on, which we do not, then, that I do not, at least you might, but the natural disasters could now happen. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Transportation overview, we can now click over here, transportation overview, and we can see if we had any bus lines or any other types of lines, which we haven't unlocked yet, would show up there. We do have low rent housing, which is a high density residential. So now you might see that we now have a demand bar for high density residential demand. So that is another thing to keep in mind, that low rent housing is a little bit difficult to get to find the right spot for it to work. So I don't tend to use it all that much until the city is a bit bigger, and then it can be a little bit easier to get low rent housing maybe in a space between a university and an industry where the land value isn't very high, but it is close to where people who would be living there might want to go. So like, just think of, college students or anybody who would want a small, affordable apartment. That is the type of person who would want to be in the low rent housing, and that can guide where you might want to put it. Low density offices. If we wanted to, we could put offices in, but we don't have very much educated workers. So right now, in fact, we have 0 highly or well educated in the workforce. So we don't want to really do too many offices because they won't have the employees yet. So we're going to hold off on that. We can do grain farming and forestry, which we will do in a moment, because as you saw, we have a deficit in forestry and grain farming, grains as well, I believe. Transportation. This is a new development tree. So if we go to development, we can now go to transportation, and we can see we have buses available, and we can unlock trains or water if we choose to do so. We could also go all the way to an airport immediately. It would take 4 development points, and we only have 9, so you have to keep that in mind, but it is an option. Then the other things that we get, we also have the new development tree of parks and recreation that we'll check, and of course the taxi minimum fare was unlocked. So parks and recreation is another development tree here, and right now we have basic parts available. We can use a point for park maintenance, which would just pretty much keep everything cleaner and in good condition, and really that just unlocks the further things up. So that is what is useful there. So like I said, we want to start getting some forestry and some grain farming. So let's see where we have natural resources. We have a farming area out here that we can go ahead and get a grain farm out that way. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to go to map tiles, and we will buy that tile. Let's double check though, go back to the info view and see, yep, that one has a lot of fertile land. You can also see that down here. The one that we've selected has 0.2 kilometers, so 200 square meters of fertile land. We'll go ahead and purchase that. And now we can bring a road out here if we have the option. Okay, we do have a road going through there. So we're going to go ahead and bring this through all the way out here. And then we're going to get some grain farms. I think we'll go like here and then turn. I don't really have a plan in mind for that. Oh, you know what we were doing? We were kind of keeping the grid in theory over here. No, we brought this road in there. So the thing is that this road then, we want to actually, no, that's far enough away from there that I don't think we're going to keep that grid all the way this way. So we'll just go ahead and bring this here. And then we can go to specialized industry, grain farm, and we're going to get one over on this side. Actually, we're going to go back. And we are going to take this road out a little bit, because I want to make sure that this grain farm can go all the way to the stone quarry and have everything be in there. So one thing, I think I mentioned this before, you want to make sure that when you are clicking to build the specialized industry that your preview buildings are appearing. So there we go. Like I said, this will come all the way out here. Not quite going to go all the way to the edge of our map. We will have snapping on and then come down here. Go ahead and join that fence and then come back this way. So now we've got one grain farm. We'll get another one here. We'll go ahead and take that road out. And then if we put this like right here, we should be able to get pretty much all of this in here. So now comes the really fun part. We can come all the way down here. We won't quite go all the way to the highway. We'll come out here, and then come down here, and then we're going to just kind of go all the way around like that. And then we'll go like that. So now it's like down at the end at the curve there. It's so useful to be able to have flexibility in how we're doing all of that. So production, now we're going to see a jump in the production of grain. We're going to get rid of that deficit, and now we want to do logs as well. We have a forest here, which I believe will be nice and good. We've got plenty of wood there. So I think we'll go ahead and I don't think we want to do those trees or of course the ones there, and we don't quite have the tiles to go that far. So I think we'll stick with this for now. So we'll come in here and buy this tile. And again, I don't plan for these industries to stay here long term, but it is good to get them in place so that we can go ahead and start, producing all of that stuff. So we're going to come along with our arterial here. And let's get the contour lines on just so we can see where we are. I think this road, actually, that's an arterial there. No, is it? No, it's not. This is our only arterial here. I mean, we've got... Yeah, this is the only one that's going out this direction. So I think for now we'll keep it pretty much straight down this way, because the slope isn't too bad. So we'll keep that there. And then we can come in and we'll go ahead and actually bring a road in here, and we'll get two different timber things going. So here we do need to find that spot for this road again. So what I've done is I clicked here and then I dragged over this way, or clicked and kind of moved my mouse. I didn't drag, I'm not holding the mouse button, but I wanted to measure how far this is. It is 336 meters. So now I'm going to come back the other way, and I know that having put this at 336 meters will mean that that should be 3 city blocks through there. So we're going to go ahead and bring this road up like that, and that should eventually be a road that is within that initial grid. And we'll just go ahead and bring this all the way out to its maximum extent. Bring it down along this road and back. And then we'll get one more over on this side, of course. There we are. So now we've got timber industry, and we should now be seeing that grain surplus. Yep, there we go. We've got a surplus in timber as well. So that'll be really good. Now let's check our unemployment. Unemployment is 7.3%. I think we can continue to expand. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to continue to add some more row homes in here. And this grid, I think I was going to figure out now how it's going to connect to that one. So I think we're going to come down here, and how far is this? This is 112. Yep, that should be the right size. We'll get another piece of the grid over here. And then here we're going to start to pull it out. We want that. That's about a 45-degree angle there. So that is pretty much what we want. And this one, look at this. It comes out pretty much right to that spot. So it connects to that other grid pretty well. And we'll just say that this then Let's go to 112. Yeah, this can come all the way down this way. And actually, it can come all the way to the highway. It can go there, and this can come up like that. This one can come over as if it went all the way through. And you know what? We're going to come in here. Go 112 like that. Okay, so then this one eventually, okay, we'll take that back out. There we go. So now we've got some more room in there. We're going to go ahead and do medium density in here, but we're going to do the same thing that we did before, which is fill all but the very end one until things start to pop in, and then we will get the end ones in. So I'm going to try to get some of that in, and we will see where we go from there. And now that we have been unlocking more things, we have more issues with happiness. So now they are complaining about lack of entertainment and unreliable healthcare coverage. Now, we just built a clinic, so let's check on that. Healthcare. We are at, poorer healthcare there. Capacity is good, but average health is not great. So what I want to do is I want to come in and double check that we didn't change anything to that service. Healthcare, yep, look at that. We had lowered it to 50%. Let's go ahead and raise that to 100% now. And of course, our budget is still in the red. So that's not great, but we are going to be slowly improving that. And in fact, one thing I want to do, we'll check taxation. We're good on taxation too. I don't want to change that at all. But for now, I mean, things are going to become more profitable, especially industries. We're going to see that industries start to pop up a little bit, as now we're not having to import as much of the raw goods as we were before. That is going to improve that. So we have had people move in. We are at 9.5% unemployment. So now it is time to decide what we're going to do. Are we going to add more industry? Or are we going to add more commercial? What are we going to do? Well, we have more profit in the commercial district. So we are going to go ahead and add a little bit more commerce here to downtown. Low density business. We can come in here and go ahead and get a little bit more added here. That will add a little bit more down to, or like add more to downtown west. And at some point, I think, just thinking out loud here, we're going to want to elevate this highway at some point, I think, as it goes through downtown. And that will also allow us to extend this grid through there better. Now, we have a traffic light that just came up here, so we're going to turn that off by going down here and, of course, remove that. And that we want this traffic to flow nice, and we don't need those traffic lights there. So this arterial should be flowing all the way down. We'll keep it here because now this is into downtown, and I think I kept all of the traffic lights in downtown. I did. Okay. And unemployment is down to 8.3% again, so we're going to go ahead and add more of these row homes. At some point, we're probably going to come back and upgrade the zoning to the medium density or to the mixed housing. Probably the mixed housing will go in over here because then we'll have a higher density and get more people in over there. And then we'll also have more commercial in there. I think that will really be fitting of that. And then we'll slowly transition. This Aspendale might end up being row homes as well as the city grows. So that is kind of what we're likely to see as we are also creeping up there. But let's go ahead and check this again. Okay, healthcare coverage is a little bit better. Let's see what parts we can do. That will make them have more entertainment. We can do small parts and small playgrounds. Let's go ahead and add a small park over in here. Put one there that will already improve some of that entertainment. Could put a small park over here too. Just trying to add a little bit of stuff in here. Let's go ahead and get a small playground in. These are very small, and they fit quite nice on like corners and things like that, just to add, a tiny bit of recreation to the whole area. Come in over here, and I think what we'll see, we'll get a playground there. That is going to mess up a little bit of the, I don't know the word I'm trying to find, the zoning there. Get a park there, and then downtown, let's go ahead and get a playground. Actually, we'll put a park there. Had a little bit of a misclick, but that's all right. And a playground over in this corner. So that should improve their, now they have an abundance of entertainment. Education is good. High crime and high taxes. Well, let's check on crime. Taxes we're not going to bother with. So crime, we want to go to one of these. Fire and rescue. Here we go. Police. So we can see jail availability is fine. Prison availability is fine. Crime probability is pretty low. I don't know why they're talking about crime being high. Do we have that set kind of low too here? No, that's at 100%. So it could just be that, I think we built this police station last time that the patrols haven't quite gotten around. So what we can do is we can go ahead and I don't want to add a garage extension. That is too much money. Cheaper than building another police station. But we are tight on that budget. I don't want to add too much. They can complain about that. I think it'll go away. Yeah. Healthcare is what I'm a little bit more concerned about, but I think that will also get better once we are seeing some of these vehicles get out a little bit more. Efficiency is low, and that's because we don't have enough employees for it. So let's check unemployment. 11%. We should be getting enough employees. But you know what? Maybe they need well-educated people. And that's why we're not getting there. So what we want to do is we're going to build a high school. Let's think about where we're going to put it. The high school is pretty big. And it's going to need a lot of space. We could get one in here. Let's go ahead and put it by the elementary school. We have the space right here. Overlapping. What are you overlapping? Oh, the playground for this school. All right, well, we can get it next. It exceeds the city limits. Okay, well, let's go ahead and buy the tile. So let's buy this one here. Actually, let's buy both of those because then we can expand out that way too. So what we want to do then is we're going to bring some roads out. This will continue there. This arterial is going to make its way towards downtown as well. It'll probably end up being a probably get an interchange here, and then this one will come down and go that way. So what I want to do then is this is just going to continue. I've done the continuous curve tool here, and we will bring it right down like that. That will be where that one goes. So then this grid, again, this one can come out like that. Get pretty close to a 45-degree angle there. We're going to leave that open. And I think we'll keep that. How big is this one? At 112 as well? Yeah, look at that. So I think what we'll do is we'll just bring this all the way down there. And then on that side, it's going to be the school. So we need to actually get the road a little bit further here. Or we could put it that way. Let's do that. We're going to put this right here, which will then give us space. So the high school has a few different upgrades. There's the extension wing that goes on that side. Then there is the school library, which can go on that side. And then there's a sports field, which can go elsewhere. So we could get a sports field over here, which would create a lot of outdoor recreation, but it would cost a lot of money, and the school is already expensive. We are pulling down on that money. So what I want to do right now, though, you can see the terrain is a little bit funky. I'm going to go to level terrain and right click at the beginning of the building. So that's the height of the whole building, and then we're going to go out just a little bit outside of the building. And then we'll go to the soften terrain and click over on this side. And that will just kind of make the whole thing a little bit smoother around that building. And that will really improve the look of it. Now we are going to get workers here, or get students, and then we will start to get a little bit higher educated. And I don't want to extend this grid too far right now, because I do want to keep in mind that, okay, I do want this thing over here at some point. So we'll just remember that those two roads can't go through. But this one can. This one can go up 112 meters. And then it can come over this way. And then this road could go up this way. I don't think it made sense to do it there, though. I think it made sense to go this way. Have another part of the grid go there, because this road is going to go through there. I thought maybe, no, take that back out. Well, you know what? Maybe let's get our first interchange. So let's come down to progression development. We want to go to roads, and we want to go right to highways. So we're going to use 2 points to unlock highways. Unlock that. So now the next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and elevate this. So I'm going to pause the game, and we're going to come in here, and the first thing I want to do, because we don't have this tile unlocked, and at some point, I mean, we could unlock it, but I'm not quite ready to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do this on each side, which is going to create nodes there, so that when we delete the highway here, we are not or like we can go pretty much to the edge of the map. And we're going to go all the way through here, back to here. Actually, we'll go back one more. Go back to the bridge. Then we want to go to highways. So now we have different highways available. This highway is currently a 2 lane, so we're going to stick with that. And then we're going to come over here and lower the elevation step to the lowest elevation. And we want to go to, let's say, 15 meters. See where that puts us. We want to make sure that we are pretty much, oh, that's going to go up. We want to keep this flat. I think that is a good height. Yeah, we'll do that. So we want this to be 180 degrees to start. We can actually put it right on top there. This one is going to be mad if we do that, though. So we're going to go all the way to here. Okay, and then we want to bring the highway through there. So, and also we want to reverse this. So to flip it, we're going to go to replace, and then we're going to click and drag it in the direction we want it to go. So now I want continuous, and we want parallel mode. So right click to get this started again. Haha, look at that. It's going to come right through here and get it perfectly the way we want it. So we're going to come straight through at the same height that we've been at. And then we're going to keep it elevated all the way through here. We want to come to about here. Oop, that was supposed to be a curve. I suspect it's not going to let me do the curve. Here we go. And then we want to come down to the ground, just for now. Go ahead and bring that in like that. And that looks pretty good. Then we'll come back and we'll delete these roads that had created our nodes. And we do have kind of a weird bump there in the road, but it'll be fine. And then we can unpause. And now we have an elevated highway through here. So that means that we can come back and fix this grid all the way through. And we want to go to small roads and bring that up. That does not want to go there though. Are we not high enough? I thought for sure. Oh, there's a pillar there. Come on. There we go. So this pillar is going to be really annoying. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We pause the game again. We're going to put... Actually, I don't want parallel mode now. I want just a regular one. We're going to put this here. And I just want to get a node in. Let's do that. And then we can take these out. We should be able to get our road in now. Straight through there. And then we can come back. And now I want parallel mode. And we want this all the way up to whatever height we were at. We want to connect. There we go. And of course now it goes an absurdly long distance without a pillar, but whatever. It got our road in place, and that's what I wanted. We can unpause now. And then we can come in over here and get our grid to go all the way through there. And bring this one down. Like that. That was off a tiny bit, but that's okay. And then this can continue up. Continue up this way and bring this one across. Got another pillar there messing with this. Okay, we'll come out like that. There we go. That works. And then we'll take this out because we're going to get an interchange there. But let's take a look at this. I like how that looks. And I think eventually we'll probably have an interchange here. But I also want to have a pretty big bridge here for the regular road, like an older style bridge. But now this arterial is going to continue through here. And I think we'll bring it down this way and come down the hill like that. And maybe even, okay, maybe what we do is we continue. Okay, I'm going to take that out just for a moment. That goes all the way down to that road. This road, now, can that come all the way out? It can. Not quite to where I want it. So maybe we leave that out. Now we've got this arterial coming up this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to build an interchange. So what I want to do is I want to add some ramps on the side. Extra lanes. That's the word I'm really looking for. And what we want is we want to have a node here. We can turn off parallel mode. Get a node there. And a node here. So it is even. And then we'll get another one here. And another one over here. Then we are going to replace, and we're going to get a lane here. Now, pay attention, and we want to be really careful. Like, if we put it here, then the lanes that are going straight are going to have kind of weird stuff. But if we put it here, then in a moment, you'll see what I mean. I guess I probably need to explain that a little bit. But now we can come back and take these out, and we can grab the one lane. And we want to come in and click here. And we can come down from there. We'll go ahead and just go straight like that. That is kind of weird, but we'll go with that. Might as well, right? It doesn't look too weird. I mean, it is City Skylines after all. Then on this side, we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to come down this way. Pause for a moment because it's going to get really mad that I have done this in the wrong direction. And this did not quite work right. Oh, here. Nope, that, yeah, did not quite work right. That needs to be, there we go. Yep, that works. And so then this can come down, but go in the other direction. There we are. So they can go that way. And then on this side, we are pretty much just doing a diamond interchange here. Gonna go up. And then we forgot to add the extra nodes over here. I think this was like 12.5 meters. So we're gonna go here. And then we'll get one on this side too. And let's say here, we don't have quite as much space. So we want to be careful here. Get this here. It doesn't like me. Take that road out. Take that out. Go ahead and do that there. Okay, so that can come out. That can come out. And then we can come back, and this is going to come in here and come down. Pretty steep, but it is a interchange inside the city, so that is why we're kind of being rather steep. Now here, we do have a little bit of an issue. We want to be up to about 12. Actually, this might work. Yeah, that'll work. It's not entirely pretty, but it gets the job done. And it elevated all of that. So now we can come in. We did have to take out this one road. So what we're going to do, and we don't have a skate park right now, but eventually, the sports park, we might want to put a skate park or something right down there. But that gets that in there. Now, what do we have? We have 12.8% unemployment. So let's go ahead and check on profitability. We have 62% commercial profitability. But I do think that we will add a couple of business or a couple of office buildings in here. Get one there and one there, and just see how that zoning goes. I don't think we're going to have much demand for it. So we're not going to do too much of it. But we will come over here and we'll go ahead and get more commercial along there. And of course, now we've got this arterial. And we have some extra space that we're like, we're right along an interchange. So this would be a great spot for commercial zoning, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. And unemployment has gone down again to 7%. So we are ready to add more people. So what I want to do is medium density row housing some more. We're going to go ahead and get it over in here. So we'll go ahead and go that far out. And now we got another signature building available. So that is great. Go ahead and now get this in here. And I guess go ahead and do that too. But let's go and find that signature building. I am fine putting it in here because I think we're going to have, at least right now, we have this type of zoning in here. So we might as well get this right there. And look at that. We reached Tiny Town. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on the video on the screen. It will take you to the next episode in this beginner's guide if it's out. If not, it will take you to one that you will really enjoy. I guarantee it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.